Right, we're working on a scene from Animal Farm, and this is Ezra, who's going to play the part of Old Major. Ezra, do you want to say a few facts about the character, first of all?
Well, he's the stud boy in the group, so he's got loads of children, and so he's one of the most authoritative figures in the group, and so all the other animals have a lot of respect for him. He comes along with a new influential vision of how the animals should be living, called animalism, and so that's what the first few parts of the book are about.
Good. And also, I think it's fair to say, isn't it, that he's the oldest of the animals. He's 14 years old, which is old in animal terms, and he's also the father. He's fathered 400 animals, so you know, it's a very powerful and respected and important figure in the community, isn't it? So one of the things we've got to suggest here is authority and power. So one of the ways we're doing that is putting Ezra on a raised level, centre stage, so he can dominate the space. Okay? So, can we take the speech from the beginning?
Okay. The day that those great muscles of yours lose their power, Jones will send you to the knacker.
Okay, I'll just stop you there. Because this is a long speech, you've got to start it in a place where you can give yourself somewhere to go with it, so it can build up. So I would suggest you start it slower and start it with a lower pitch. All right? So, the day that those great muscles of yours, and remember you're talking to all the animals, so try and imagine you've got animals here, animals there, and you're trying to inspire them with your vision. So really kind of draw them in to what you're saying.
The day that those great muscles of yours lose their power, Jones will send you to the knacker.
And they emphasise Jones. Why should he be emphasised?
Because he's a human and that's what they're fighting
That's
against.
right, yes. He's the enemy. So make that sound, maybe a little frown there. Jones, make it sound like you hate him, because he's the opposition, isn't he? Just give us that again. The start was nice. Good.
The day that those great muscles of yours lose their power, Jones will send you to the knacker, who will cut your throat.
Can you make that sound a bit more frightening? Will sell you to the knacker. Because what are you telling them is going to happen?
They're going to be killed.
That's right, they're going to be killed. So make it sound like that. Will sell you to the knacker. And frown, make it sound really frightening. You're going to be dead.
From the start?
Yes, please.
The day that those great muscles of yours lose their power, Jones will sell you to the knacker, who will cut your throat and boil you down for dog food.
Good. So what were you doing there to make that sound really horrible?
It was, I don't know, louder.
Cut your throat, for example.
More rasping.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Cut your, a rasping tone in the voice. All right. So just give it from boil you down for dog food, and try and make us really feel how frightening that is. That we're going to be boiled down for dog food. All these poor animals. That's what we're going to become.
Okay.
Right.
And we'll boil you down for dog food. What must we do? Why? Work, comrades. Work, night and day.
More emphasis on work. So ask the question, have a little pause. It's him using rhetorical skills, isn't it? He's like a great orator, talking to the crowd to rouse them. So do that with the question, and then a little bit more emphasis on work. Work is the solution.
What must we do? Why? Work, comrades. Work night and day, body and soul, for the overthrow of the human race.
Because that's got to build. Start it, Noah. Night and day, body and soul, overthrow, human race. So push the pitch up on each of the key points there.
Why? Work, comrades. Work night and day, body and soul, for the overthrow of the human race.
Good. And we've got a gesture there. We're raising the fist, so push the fist up into the air as you get to the end of the sentence. Okay, can you just give us the last phrase there.
For the overthrow of the human race.
Higher. And that suggests leadership and inspiration and those qualities that you want to get over there. Good. Right, and then the next line.
Rebellion! That is my message to you today, comrades. Rebellion.
Good, you did something quite interesting with the voice there. You lowered the volume, which made it more intense. So you shouted rebellion and then lower the volume on that is my message. Okay, so can you just give us that again? Even more.
Rebellion! That is my message to you today, comrades. Rebellion. I do not know when it shall come.
Here we need a change of tone. I do not know when the rebellion will come. So here, what's the tone that you want on that, do you think?
More like, I don't know. I don't know the word to describe it.
Can you give us the
like,
sound
it's
that
meant
you
to
want?
be like quite inspirational, like
Yes.
meant to believe
Yes.
in that it will come soon.
Yes. So, inspiring them. Also, you're sharing with them. You're being very honest, aren't you? You're saying, I do not know when the rebellion will come. So I think very sincere here as well. So we've had the rabble-rousing rebellion. Now we want it sharing your thoughts openly, sincerely, honestly. So we really, because in the audience we've got to feel that we really believe in Old Major. And then it's going to be the other animals, Napoleon and everybody who makes your vision, who warps it. But you, we've really got to believe it. We've got to love Old Major. Okay, so make us really warm to you as you share this with us. I do not know.
I do not know when the rebellion shall come.
Even more, bring it down more so it's almost like you're just sharing a thought. I do not know when the rebellion will come.
I do not know when the rebellion will come, but I know as surely as I see the straw beneath my feet, that sooner or later, justice will be done.
And I think that's got to be really passionate. Sooner or later, justice will be done. Really intense. Yeah, this is what your whole life's about. Justice, fighting.
I do not know when the rebellion will come, but I know as surely as I see the straw beneath my feet, that one day, sooner or later, justice will be done. But when you conquer man,
and here, let's have a gesture where we involve all of them. So, when you conquer, maybe pointing at them all, because the point is they can all make a difference, however small or feeble they are on their own, together, all of you. So, all, include them with a point right round the group.
but when you conquer man, do not adopt his vices. Remember that all animals are equal.
That's right, so arms out, all of you are equal, we're all the same.
But when you conquer man, do not adopt his vices. Remember, all animals are equal.
Great, well done, good. So can you just sum up some of the things that you had to do there as Old Major in that speech?
Well, he's got to have a loud voice to show that he's authoritative.
Good.
But he's got to be quite inspirational, so there's points where he's got to have a quieter tone and
Yes.
be less threatening because he wants the animals to believe in his vision.
Good.
But
So we'll just pick up some of those keywords there. He's got to have authority, he's got to be inspiring, he's got to also be quite frightening. What could happen if you don't do this? Yeah, and threatening them with that, in a way. Good. Anything else?
not really. He's got to include everybody because
Yes.
that's the essence of his message, is that
Isn't it?
everyone's equal.
Yes, good. So all in this, you can all take part in the rebellion. Good. Okay. Thank you very much. Good. Okay.